All right, everybody, my voice is almost back. I mean, I sound like me. Right, Prissy? Does Mama sound like Mama? Huh, Prissy? Does Mama sound like Mama? Do I sound like me? Do I sound like me, Prissy? Do I? Do I? Do I sound like me? I love this little stink dog here. I love this little dog. I got all dressed to go someplace, and she's looking at me like, "You going again? You going again? You want to go home? You want to go home to Daddy? Do you want to go home?" Well, I'm not getting a snarly face. I'm not getting any reaction. You having a good time, Prissy? But that's not pleasant. That's not pleasant. Are you having a good time, Prissy? Huh, Prissy? Is Prissy having a good time? Are you having a good time, baby? Yeah, she's having a good time. The other Janie's been spoiling her. The other Janie's been spoiling her. Uh-huh. She's been spoiling you. You're going to have to get her some wet food when we get home. Because the other Janie's been spoiling Prissy. Been spoiling her. I'm going to take this back to Walmart. I only used it once. I put my stuff in it yesterday morning to go to church with Janie and Levi. And look, so I found the receipt and the tag. So I'm going to put that in a bag because Suzanne is coming to get me. And I think we are headed to, I've already been there once, the Peddler's Mall in Moorhead, but I'm looking for something that I wasn't looking for when I went there before. So I'm looking for something. I'm looking for silverware because I bought myself, let me see if I can take it off. I bought myself this. Oops. Okay. Bought myself this spoon ring. Focus. I don't know if it's going to focus. I don't know if it can focus. Okay, I bought myself this spoon ring. It's got roses on it. It's a heavy little piece. At Court Days, oh, stop looking at my double chin. At Court Days, when I went with Suzanne, and it was raining that night when I was laying in bed, and I was thinking, I know how to make one. Okay, I know how to make one. But I thought, let me see how everybody else does it. So I thought, I'll watch YouTube and see how everybody else makes spoon rings. Because maybe somebody's got an easier way than somebody else. Because I would have just cut the end off, and I would have just taken a rubber mallet and beaten it around a mandrel. And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people beat them around a mandrel using a vice grip, which I've got, and I would have with some leather to protect the ring and stuff, which I would have tried that. But I have carpal tunnel, and pounding it would have done a number on me. Maybe not on the first couple rings, but after a while it would have done a number on me. So I kept watching videos, which led me to getting in trouble. Then I found that there's a gadget out there that actually will bend them for you. So then I went further and thought, can you do other silverware? You know, not just the stem. What else can you do? So then there's a lady who has a machine that does the whole spoon into a bangle bracelet, you know, like a cuff bracelet. And I thought, ooh, what else is out there? I kept looking and kept looking and kept looking. To the tune of too much money. To the tune of I charged it on the credit card. And to the tune of I had to call the husband in the morning and say, honey, I did it. I did do that. It's not a fraudulent charge, so don't panic, because this was like at 2:30 in the morning. And if you wake up and you look at because every time I charge something on the credit card, which is not to keep an eye on me, okay? It's not to make sure I don't charge too much. And it's not there because the husband wants to know everything I do, because honestly, I don't think he looks that often. And if the phone dings, I don't think he looks at it, because sometimes I'll say to him, oh, by the way, I used the credit card today. He goes, you did? I'm like, yeah, didn't you get a ding? He goes, oh no. So he used to pay attention to it. I didn't want him to get up on Sunday morning and look at a message from the credit card company and go, oh no, what happened? Somebody charged that much money on our account. I'm not telling you guys how much money, because it's ridiculous. Okay, it's $807. Okay, you didn't hear me say that. Because one of the machines that does the full stemware is a patent pending machine, so I'm hoping I didn't lose my shirt tail on that one. I got a sleepy sleep in my eye. So, hey, if I do something, I go all the way. Oh, hold on a minute, I'm getting a phone. Okay, I don't know what I was saying before the phone rang, but that's okay. I don't know. I do know I was talking about the fact that, I bought these machines to bend silverware. Because, see, I do paper bead jewelry. I make paper beads and I make jewelry sets. And the stuff is gorgeous. I mean, I'm not going to say that I know everything about paper beads. I don't know everything, but I do know a lot. And I am going to toot my own horn, because my stuff is nice. My stuff is nice. So, but it doesn't really sell, and I understand why it doesn't really sell as well, because when you go to an event, people don't spend like they used to. When you set up an event, people go to events to eat, buy something unique, and pay, even though paper beads are unique, and I've done well at some events, I've done all right at some events, and done not so all right at some events. See, it's a hit and miss. And it's usually a miss is more than it is a hit. That did make sense. But it's not a necessity. Food, people want to eat it. I don't care. They'll spend $5 on a cupcake if it looks pretty and they can eat it and it tastes, and somebody threw some extra nuts in it or something. You know, they just add something extra to it. If it's fancy, like made by, okay, I don't mean to say this derogatory-ish, but say it's more hippie-ish, tree hugger-ish, I don't know. If it seems a little more unique-ish, they will buy it, food-wise. They will buy something to hang in their house before they will buy a piece of jewelry, okay? Like they'll spend the money on one of those cute signs or the metal lawn ornament before they'll wear a necklace. A woman will. And I know that seems weird, but because so many people prefer to wear the real thing, like real gold and stuff. And I don't use sterling silver fittings because it is paper. By all means, it's costume jewelry. It's nice. It's nice. I think my stuff is better quality than paparazzi. And I don't mean to put paparazzi down. Paparazzi is very nice quality, you know. It's a nice quality quality, I just said the word, costume jewelry. So it's a nice quality costume jewelry. And you get a lot of bling for your buck. But there's a lot of time and effort goes into my jewelry. And a lot of, I don't necessarily want to get the money back on the time and effort, but the way I make mine, I spend some money on the products to seal my paper beads. So, do I ever get my money back on what I put into it? No, I never will. I do it because I have a passion for working with paper. I found that with my paper mache, I do not ever make any money on that. I just don't. The time and effort and sweat that you put into making a paper mache piece, there will never ever, unless I become famous for it and I can sell my stuff for buku bucks, I will never ever ever make the money I should ever make on paper mache. You have to do it for a passion and enjoy doing it, or don't do it at all. You have to try to sell it at events because you have a passion for making it, not a passion for selling it, and not a passion for getting money off of it, because you never will. I'm sorry. But I have attempted to make jewelry out of metal before, but didn't go very far into it. So I'm thinking I can intermingle my paper bead jewelry, because I also buy the old vintage jewelry and break it apart, clean it up, break it apart, and add that into my paper rather than go buy new at Michael's. And I'm not saying I don't buy new at Michael's and Hobby Lobby and AC Moore. I do pick up beads every now and then, especially sea beads, but I do try to buy the older jewelry, because so much of the 70s and earlier 80s and 60s, it has some style to it. The jewelry has some style. So I did pick up quite a haul of stuff at this court days. So I'm gonna take home and break apart. Spend a small little fortune. Again, I will never get my money back on any of this at all, and I know that. And if people would figure that out at the beginning, they would not be so stressed out about doing craft fairs. You have to realize you will never get what it's worth or what you have into it back. You just won't. And if somebody's doing that and they're making their money, they're getting what they put into it back, hey, more power to them, and I'm very happy for them. But I will never ever get my money back. Okay, I have to hang up and go for now, because my ride's about here to pick me up. But I will try to pick up this this conversation later. I don't know where I'm going to leave off at, and I won't remember where I left off at, but I got to get myself moving. So, I will talk to you guys in a bit, okay? Y'all, welcome back. I left off 2 days ago when I headed out to go shopping, junk shopping with Suzanne, because she picked me up. I left off talking about what does and does not sell at events. Yeah, my opinion, anything you can eat, whether it's there or taking home, like jelly jams and honey and stuff, or homemade candy, that kind of stuff sells at events. Anything you can put in your house, decoration-wise, whether you can hang it, put it on a table, that kind of stuff sells. The metal stuff people make for outside, that stuff sells. That kind of stuff sells first. If you buy something for a kid or a pet, that stuff sells first, in my opinion, even over jewelry. Now, if the jewelry is something unique, sometimes it'll sell. Those people who push those Swarovski crystals and stuff, which sometimes I don't think they're totally honest about that. Sometimes I think they throw in other crystals along with Swarovskis. I think that will sometimes sell, because people tend to think that Swarovski crystals are a lot like diamonds. They're not. They're just cut glass. They just got a name on them. Because I've had both. I've purchased both Swarovskis and a really good quality cut gemstones, or crystal beads like Swarovskis. And honestly, there's not much difference in some of it. Yes, there's some difference in some. But that's another. I don't get nobody irritated with me. But yeah, basically I wanted to finish up this video and close it out. But yeah, my opinion, that stuff kind of sells. Even people who perform and sing, their CDs will sell, sometimes more so than even jewelry. Name brands will sell. Like, I will see people buying that LaRue clothing. That stuff will sell because people think it's a name brand. So yeah, I mean, don't want at all to make this sound like I'm complaining, because I'm not, because I do not make my stuff to sell it. I sell my stuff because I make it, if that makes sense. When I'm making something, yes, I'm thinking, well, maybe I can sell this at an event. But that's when it comes to when I make the jewelry part. When I'm making beads, I'm not even thinking about, I don't even think about what piece of, well, occasionally I'll think, oh, this might be pretty in a necklace, and maybe I could put this with it. But I make my beads because I enjoy making them. I will never use up everything I make, and I'll probably make more beads than I'll ever even imagine I'll use in my lifetime. And I don't even try to sell I've only tried to sell my bead strands once in my whole time of doing events. I don't even try to sell them. I don't even, if I get tired of some, I do, but I'll put them on a swap shop or something. But no, I don't even try. For the most part, I don't even try to sell them. I just enjoy making them. So I just wanted to kind of finish up this video and say, enjoy whatever if you go to a craft fair or an event, just enjoy whatever you're making. Enjoy it first, sell it second. Or make it first and enjoy it. Talk about it second and sell it third. Always make selling it the last priority in my book. Because that way you don't get discouraged when you can't sell it and you've just made, maybe you've just covered the cost of the event. Look at it as, well, I'm not out any more money if I covered my event. I'm just out time. And take that time and enjoy telling people about your craft, your works, because I don't know. That's how I look at it. I just enjoy making it before I sell it, before I enjoy selling it. I don't know what else to say. So I'm just going to say, if you enjoyed, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just me rambling. But I will see you on the next video. Enjoy the craziness of life, because you might just laugh about it when you tell a friend. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.